It's going to feel uncomfortable. And even if you get good at that skill set or whatever you're going after, you're going to have to raise the bar. And every time you raise the bar, it is going to. What up, blessed team? How y'all doing today? I hope all is well, but most importantly, you're having a very productive day or a productive week, depending on when you're listening to this, right? Now, I talk about this all the time because I need you to understand that we don't get that many of these days, right? So maximize it. A lot of people wish they were alive to pursue their dreams, their goals or objectives, whatever the case might be. Somebody wish they were in your position today and they're not here. And so maximize every one of those opportunities. It's a privilege. Make it count. Spend those quality moments with the people you love, your family, your loved ones, your friends, the people that ultimately will be at your funeral. In most cases, that will not be me. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person, but we're probably not that close. I'm not going to be calling you every morning to check up on you. Those are the people that I always talk about because I need you to understand the value of these individuals. Spend time with them. Appreciate who they are. Call them, reach out, say hi. They matter. All right. Now, if this is your first time coming across any of my episodes, my goal and my mission is to inspire 1 billion people to become the best version of themselves through insightful conversations about fitness, nutrition, as well as personal growth advice, right? So if you want to lose weight, you want to build muscle, you want to structure your life a little bit, you want to gain some confidence, or overall, you just want to establish some quality habits that will help you achieve your goals, your dreams, then this is the right podcast for you. Today, as I always say, we got a great topic. We're talking about how to conquer the fear of pursuing your dreams. Now, fear is something that I could talk about all day because we all suffer from this. Every time you have to level up, right, you're going to feel fear. It's inevitable. Anytime you have to go to a different territory, you're going to feel fear. But fear has an opposite side of it. It's called faith. Two sides of the same coin. One side say believing in something that's not real, fear. One side says believing in something that's not real, faith. You get to choose. You can be held back by your fears, or you can pursue the adventure and believe that things will work in your favor. But don't worry, today, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to give you some tips that's going to help you. These are going to be guidelines that's going to help you make sure that you can alleviate some of that fear or overcome it completely so you can take your first step. That's the whole point of this video. The first thing that is going to help you overcome the fear of pursuing your dreams is understanding the concept of being comfortable while being uncomfortable, right? Now, what do I mean by that? So anytime you have to try something new, you have to know that you're going to a different territory. Like, let's say if I moved from Virginia and I decided to move to Texas, the first month I'm there, it's not going to be normal to me. I'm not going to know all the restaurants. I'm not going to know my favorite convenience stores. I'm not going to have any friends over there, right? It is going to take time. And that uncomfortable situation holds so many people back. Man, I'd rather keep working at McDonald's, which there's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's. I'm just saying as example. But what we do is that we let the fear of being uncomfortable hold us back. But that is anything new that we're going to do in our life. Let's say if I decided to become a programmer and I've never programmed or done any type of coding, it is going to be challenging. And I believe understanding that reality is actually going to help you take the first step. You need to know that whenever you start something new, you're just not good yet, which means you could embarrass yourself, and that's okay. Get over yourself. It's perfectly fine to really not be good at something in the beginning. But over time, our mind is malleable. We can adjust. We can learn. Remember when you were in middle school, you had some friends that they are no more your friends and you seem like it's perfectly fine with you? It's the same exact thing. Don't let that stop you. The uncomfortable situation, don't let that stop you from taking your first steps towards the things that you ultimately want. And by the way, in this case, when I talk about dreams, I'm not talking about passions. I'm talking about dreams, something that's well thought out, something that you sit down to strategize about, something that you know you're going to have to dedicate a lot of time and effort in order for you to achieve that. So yes, it's going to feel uncomfortable. And even if you get good at that skill set or whatever you're going after, you're going to have to raise the bar. And every time you raise the bar, it is going to be uncomfortable. I need you to understand that. And the moment you come to understanding with this, it is going to help you take the first step that's needed to get the things that you ultimately desire. The second thing that will help you conquer the fear of pursuing your dreams is practicing behind the scenes. Matter of fact, I was actually having a conversation with one of my subscribers from YouTube, and they were talking to me about the fact that they want to start putting out content, but they feel like they're not good yet, right? They also feel like people might judge them. And I said, what about practicing behind the scenes? What about putting the camera in front of you and trying to get better? Because I'm pretty sure your on-camera presence is not the best. I'm pretty sure your storytelling might not be the best. I'm pretty sure you are not really good at finding a way to engage the audience in exactly what you're talking about. So I told him, go ahead and practice, because you get time to practice till you get better. Like, no one is forcing you to post content. If you're afraid of what people will think because you don't believe that you are good yet, take your time, practice, get as many reps as possible. And after having enough evidence of you doing it, you're going to have the courage to take the first step. Trust me on this. Practice always works. All it is you are not familiar with what you are going after. Like, for instance, let's say you want to be able to go on stage and speak to 1,000 people. Now, you might not have 1,000 people, but you can stand in front of the mirror and practice every single day like you actually talking to an audience. And over time, you're going to gain a level of comfort that will let you know, you know what? I might not be able to talk in front of 1,000 people right now, but I can go start talking in front of 100 people. Do you see where I'm going with this? It is one of the most powerful things that can help you overcome the fear, because once you gather enough evidence that you've done this before, there's nothing stopping you. You are going to be able to take the first step. The last thing that will help you make sure you conquer the fear of pursuing your dreams is finding people that have done what you are going after. Surround yourself with people that have done what you're trying to go after. Now, I understand that some of us don't have those individuals around us. That's okay. But you can follow some of these people on social media, right? Study their moves, find ways and things that they talk about that actually help them get to where they are. I believe getting guidelines, getting tips and strategies from these individuals is actually going to help you know that, oh, you know what? I follow Joe. I follow this person. I see them do it all the time. They make it look so easy. I believe I can give that a shot too. And what is the worst thing that could actually happen? You try and you're not good. But what do we talk about on this podcast all the time? When you try something and you're not good at it, you get a feedback, you get information, you get data, which means you get a chance to analyze what you just did and you can get better. Surrounding yourself with the right people, man, will go a long way to helping you take the first step. And matter of fact, if you actually have these people in person, they're going to keep encouraging you that you could do it. And that gives you a sense of boost, a belief that you can take the first step. If you took the time to listen to the whole 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of this episode, do not waste your time. You clearly listened to all of this because you needed help overcoming the fear of you trying to go after the things that you really desire. Apply these things. It will help. The only way you don't get results is if you do not apply them. But I believe Sam Arkoh team, we're smart, we're better, and we are going to make the right decisions. Just to recap everything we talked about before we get to the quote of the week. First, get comfortable with the fact that anytime you have to try something new, it's going to be a little rough. You might have to look a little stupid. You might have to look like a fool. You will embarrass yourself in some cases, but that's all part of the process. Every student have to go through this before they become a master. You can't become the best at doing anything without putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. If you want to learn, you want to get better, you want to grow, you have to be in places where you don't want to be. You can't stay at the same spot and get better. You can't do the same things and expect better results. So the moment you make a decision that you are going to go after your dreams, you need to know that it is going to be challenging. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're just not good yet. Give yourself adequate amount of time and you will improve over time. The second thing is making sure that you practice behind the scenes. This to me is so powerful because this is one of those things that's so practical and it will give you so much confidence in yourself because you've been doing that whole thing itself behind the scenes while no one is watching and you just show up and you're so good at it. And they're like, yo, how did you do it? Oh, I've been practicing for the last 2 years, right? The last one is surrounding yourself with the people that have already done what you are trying to do. I believe they're going to give you a lot of guidance. They're going to boost a lot of your confidence in order for you to take the first step that's needed. Now let's get to the quote of the week. This quote is by Judy Blume. It says, each of us must confront our own fears. We must come face to face with them. How we handle it will determine where we go with the rest of our lives. To either experience adventure or be limited by the fear of it. To either experience adventure or be limited by the fear of it. You get to decide. Whenever you are afraid to go after something, maybe it's doing videos, maybe it's speaking in public, maybe that is your fear. Maybe you want to become a doctor and you get so encouraged and you have so much confidence in yourself. You watch videos like this, you get highly motivated. And when the time comes for you to do it, man, this is going to be too hard. I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself. You don't do it. But you have to come face to face with it. You see, you might try to push some of your fears away at age 25, at age 18, age 21, but they're not going away. They're going to show up at age 50, age 60. But when you confront your fears right now, you're going to be stronger. You're going to be better. You're going to learn some things about yourself that you never knew. You are stronger than you think. You are way better than you think. Trust me on this. Even when I started doing podcasts like this, I used to think, man, like, what if I'm out of words and I don't know what to say? What if I'm in front of the camera and I don't know the next thing to say, even though I'm prepared and I practice? But look at where we at. Am I the best at doing this? No. But every time I've shown up, I noticed that I'm getting better. But if I let the fear of putting myself out there and doing long form content stop me, we would never be doing episode 7. You have to face your fears. They don't go away. Attack them. And I know if you attack them, you're going to get better. You're going to overcome them. You're going to gain momentum. And you're going to go out there and do things that's unimaginable. I know you found a lot of value in this episode. If you did, share it with a friend. Someone that actually need help overcoming some fears so they can go pursue the things they want. Don't keep it to yourself. Thank you so much for listening. Stay out of trouble. And until next episode, I'm going to catch you later, all right?